Next up in our lineup is going to be the Tag Team Championship. Dash and Dawson are defending against Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady. The first thing I can think of when it comes to this match is the people that I think should win probably aren't going to. The track record that Enzo and Cass have is just piss poor when it comes to this. They seem to be perpetually the ones that are so close and yet so far. Does anybody think that they're actually going to win this time, or is this another thing where they're just setting up Dash and Dawson, they look better, and then they drop them to Jason Jordan and Chad Gable?
No, I absolutely think this is going to Enzo and Cass. I think this is finally their time.
It would be about time.
It would be about time. I also think it feels kind of weird to do it now. Like, it almost feels like a case of when they put a belt on a tag team far after what was their height of being over. You know,
Right.
kind of like they did it with the Prime Time Players. Or, like, I think even with the Usos, they waited way too long. But better late than never, I suppose. But you're darn right. The hot team right now is Jordan and Gable, and the smart idea would be to put the belts on them. But I think it's going to be Enzo and Cass taking it for tonight. I think London will love it, even if it's for a short reign. Like, maybe they'll lose them some point between now and Dallas.
Yeah, if that's the next one, because I would assume that would be the next takeover. That is, they announced that for that time period. They could throw another one out there, but they only do a couple of years, so Dallas is probably going to be that last one. That's a long time for them to keep the same exact champions and stuff, and there's definitely a possibility that Enzo and Cass could win the titles here, drop it to Dash and Dawson in, like, I don't know, the end of January maybe, or middle of February. And then Dash and Dawson built back up again, and then, you know, Jordan and Gable around Dallas. Definitely a possibility. And if they don't go with Enzo and Cass, I mean, there's some options that they can play around with and stuff, but kind of sticking on you for right now, Peyton, do you think that if they go with Enzo and Cass, it's going to kind of kill the momentum for Gable and Jordan?
Oh, hell no. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't do Enzo and Cass against Jordan and Gable at Dallas. I mean, if that's going to be the one that's around WrestleMania, presumably you're going to want that to be your biggest takeover of the year, too. Why not do one of your two biggest tag teams down there going against each other?
Very true. Wago, what do you think? Is this going to be finally the time that Enzo and Cass win, or are Dash and Dawson going to still retain?
I reached the point with these guys that I have with several other wrestlers where they've been given so many opportunities and come so close that I don't care anymore. It'd be nice if they did it. I think it'd redeem them some. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gable ended up retaining the titles again.
Gable doesn't have the titles.
Sorry, winning the match.
Gable retains both of the titles
that he doesn't have. It's like Dash and Dawson. Dash and Dawson go out there, they wrestle Enzo and Cass. Gable just walks out with both the belts, and they're like, how the fuck's this happen? And he's like, I don't know, but I win.
I had Gable in my head for some reason.
Honestly, that's how over he is right now, that they could do that, and everyone would be like, yeah, woo!
Yeah, dude, Gable just won the tag titles. Nuh-uh, dude, he didn't win them, he retained them.
See, that's how little I give a shit about this tag division right now.
It is a weird tag division in NXT. Like, they went from having the Ascension, who were really, like, they seemed awesome in NXT. And that's speaking from somebody who didn't like them at first. And this year's been weird. Like, multiple times they've had Enzo and Cass as the team that seems like the obvious choice. And then they go with somebody else, like Blake and Murphy. And even though I like the Vaudevillains, they didn't seem like they were the right choice around that time. We went with the Lucha Dragons, and I don't know what they're thinking about that.
I'll tell you what they're thinking. They know that Enzo and Cass are over on their own, and they don't need the titles. So they want to develop these other tag teams, give them titles, so they have a division. And because of that, they do. There's a lot of good tag teams right now.
I just hope that they don't take that philosophy and apply it again and go, well, Enzo and Cass still don't win it, and Jordan and Gable are already over. Why don't we give it to the Hype Bros? You know what I mean?
I'm a firm believer that the man makes the title doesn't make the man, so I don't agree with booking that way.
Well, Drew, what do you think about this? Are you a fan of either Dash and Dawson or Enzo and Cass?
Yeah, I like both teams. And to be honest with you, I don't really see Enzo and Cass winning the titles here. I think they're a team that they definitely could call up right after WrestleMania mainly if the New Day is still as hot as they were right now. I could definitely would be interested in seeing Enzo and Kaz just going off the mic against New Day. I think that's something that they might try to pull really soon. So I think Dash and Dawson are going to retain here.
Well, there's a good question. Who would you guys rather see go up to the main roster? Would it be Enzo and Cass, or would it just be Jordan and Gable?
Jordan and Gable shouldn't be brought up yet.
Enzo and Cass should go up. Enzo and Cass have almost overstayed their welcome.
Mm-hmm. Glad to see everybody's got the same
only team,
idea.
Yeah, Enzo and Cass are main roster ready. I would say Blake and Murphy.
Really, Blake and Murphy?
They're a really tight team, especially ever since they brought Alexa Bliss into the mix. They got it down, man. I mean, they got that great entrance. They got their look in. I like how they've been shaking up their outfits with like different themes every once in a while. Like they did Freddy Krueger and they did like a Superman thing one week.
I tell you who really likes the Freddy
Blake
Krueger. Alexa Bliss really likes the Freddy Krueger. She was doing that hand thing so much that day. Mm-hmm. And she looks hot in it.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it's like, I'm up with them bringing Bamf up if it means we get more Alexa Bliss. I don't know about Blake and Murphy, though.
And it would introduce a new diva, too. And yeah. I wouldn't consider her like a force to be reckoned with in the main roster Divas division, but she's at least a fresh face, even if she's not wrestling on the roster.
She's at least a really pretty face.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's hot.
Hopefully not if they
So we all agree that Gable retains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Gable's coming out there.
Yeah, Gable retains.
Hopefully, if they call anyone up, they don't do like right before Royal Rumble like they did with the fucking Ascension last year. At least wait till after Mania.
Yeah, because this is not the time to bring up a new... Well, actually, you know what? Now that we have all these injuries, maybe they could do a better job with it, but I still think after Mania is a better idea. All sort of depends on when they're expecting certain people back. Because if we get like Cesaro and we get possibly Seth Rollins, I don't know, and a couple other people, they're going to run out of spots, and they already have a couple people that they're not using. The Ascension hasn't done shit.
I tell you when Enzo and Cass comes up to the main roster. SummerSlam next year.
In New York?
They're going to be in Brooklyn again.
Definitely a possibility. And if they haven't come up to the main roster before that, then holy shit do they need to.
This is WWE. They'll debut them like the next night on Raw when they're somewhere else.
They'll wait until they're in like Bemidji or something.
Or Sioux City.
Yeah, Sioux City again. Ugh.
Bemidji? Is that even a real town?
Yeah, Bemidji. Isn't that something? I think it is.
I don't know. I said... You cracked up at me for saying Flint. At least that was real. You said Bemidji?
I think Bemidji is something, isn't it?
No, that's like something you just completely made up.
Bemidji, Minnesota. Just looked it up.
Oh, yeah, it's right next to Schnimmerherner.
Yeah. They're like right, opposite sides of the tracks. You from Bemidji? No, you're from... Oh, Jeff Hartnell's team. So we're all going possibility of Enzo and Cass, but you never really know if they're actually going to be able to pull it off. And it's going to take us into part 6. Click on that one for Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin.